Akai Shama, Allah, Allah. Thank you so much for joining me on this channel, Redeeming Thunder. This is a channel where we say the true name of the Most High, our creator of the universe, Yahuwah. His name is in Hebrew. And of our Savior, his name is Yahusha. Our Savior comes in the name of the Father, Yahusha, Yahuwah. This prophetic word was given to me on 9/4/2025. This is in the Ordained Spouse series, in the chapters of New Beginnings, chapter 56, part 2. And this prophetic word will be manifesting on earth as it is in heaven in March, if not sooner. While I was driving, I heard Ka Yi Ka Shata. There is something that the Most High is telling you to do or to be. And it has a lot to do with ascending into your next chapter. This prophetic word comes with a humongous surprise coming your way. Hallelujah. Ka stands for in this manner. Yi means a shock, a surprise, an admiration. Ka in this manner. Shata means to be saturated, drunk in the presence of the Most High. It also stands for pleasure before business. So he is wanting to do the opposite of what typically people do on this earth. Typically, for example, you tell your children, do your homework, and after that you can have some playtime outside, or you do your chores, etc. You eat all your food at dinner, and then you can have a dessert, right? So the pleasure is after the business, okay? Or in this situation for adults, it would be you go to work, and after you go to work, then you can go home and you can relax and do something that you really want to do, right? Well, the Most High is stating in so many words that he wants you to do something that brings you pleasure, that brings you happiness, that puts you in a rest mode and peace mode. He knows that you have assignments to complete, that the assignments that he's been whispering in your ear and your conscience, the tasks that you need to complete, okay? Especially for those who are of the Issachar mantle, okay? The ones that conduct business, the Joseph mantle. But in this hour, he wants to spend time with you. And the way he spends time with you, because he resides in you, what he's trying to pull out from you is rest. And immersing yourself in his presence, you will enter rest. You will enter a level of ecstasy. You will enter a level of divine revelations, okay? And presence. You've done quite a bit of work, and quite a bit of praying, and quite a bit of sacrifice, and quite a bit of waiting, okay? And he is trying to say is that those things, those individuals that you've been praying for, they're in his hands now. Those assignments that you had, he's taking it off your plate now. Okay? And he's going to take over now. And you are going to enter the stage of not fixing something or someone, not trying to heal someone else, not trying to save them even. Okay? And some of you don't know how to do that. Maybe many of you. Because all your life, you were the leader in the family. You were the caretaker in the family. You were the one they came for advice. You are still the one that fixes all the problems, that worries about many things. Okay? And resolves them with your own ideas, with your own prayers, with your own fasting, with your own sacrifices. And you've been carrying the load all by yourself. Okay? And some of those assignments, you were supposed to carry the load and pray for individuals, intercede for them. Okay? But now, the Most High is saying, it's his tasks now. He's pulling that assignment away, okay? And he wants just you and him. You are priority now. Your assignment is to enter into his presence, to be saturated almost to the point of deliriously kind of entering an ecstasy, entering a like your own little zone, your own little force field, okay? And you are so unraveled in his love, in his peace, in his divine presence, and nothing else matters. Okay? I'm not saying you ignore everybody, you're living your life, you don't take care of your children, and you just don't care for your spouse or anything, and you're just, doing nothing. No. I'm not saying to that extent. I'm saying is, for the majority of your day, you enter into his presence. So if that means you fasting from electronics, from TV shows, you're fasting from bickering and over-explaining yourself. You're fasting from sending motivational, educational, marriage advice videos to your friends and to your spouse, or you're not doing that right now. Okay? You're not pumping up somebody else right now. And you're going to live like a simple life. And it's going to be a lot of self-care. Okay? And you're going to plug yourself in the agenda every single day. Because when you're plugging yourself in, you're taking really good care of yourself. You're in a glorious presence because you're not putting yourself last, right? And so then you initiate prayer in the morning. Okay? And if you pray in the Spirit, do so. Okay? Then this is the time frame where it's all about pleasure. It's all about just enjoying the things that you love to do. Okay? If you love to go out for a jog, go and do that. If you love to go out and do your Zumba, at the gym, go and do that. Or working out, okay? Do more sessions of that. If you need to go for a walk and it's by yourself, go and do that. Even if it's with your children, but that's what you enjoy doing, go and do that. If you need to start painting, or you always wanted to buy those flags and go out on the park and those streamers and put on your headset and do some praise and worship, go and do that. Okay? If you wanted to take on some cooking sessions, okay? Get a new cookbook and start trying new recipes. If that's what brings you joy, go ahead and do that. If gardening is your thing, and you're out there and you're getting those flower beds, if you need help, go ahead and get help from your spouse. But, the planting and getting your hands in the dirt and taking care of your plants, go ahead and do that. If you need to go and get a membership at the rock climbing gym, because you always wanted to do that, this is the time. It is not strict on just praise and worship. Okay? He's trying to enter you into your rest. And so you need to know how to rest. And the way you can rest is you do things that are very enjoyable. Okay? If your rest is going to go get massage sessions or acupuncture or going for a swim, getting in the hot tub, go ahead and do that. Okay? This is the time where you don't put all of your own options to the side. You're going to put it front and center. Okay? And for those of you who are wondering about the music that I have put, it's called Wars in the Heavenlies 444 HZ, which is a frequency, and it's Key of David. Prophetic instrumental worship for prayer and intercession. So I find a lot of joy crocheting, so I'm going to be doing a lot of that. And I have many other ideas as well. So then the next, while praying, I hear, he says, while praying in the Spirit, Laka Sapa, and he says that 5 times. When we research what the name Laka means in Hebrew, it's strong number H3947. It means to take. It encompasses actions like receiving, buying, seizing, fetching, accepting, and even marrying or impregnating, often emphasizing the initiating responsibility of the one taking. So when the word is saying taking, it's significant in taking a bride. Genesis 2:22. to acquire knowledge or being captured, showing a deep connection into relationships, acquisition, and divine initiative. To marry or to take a bride, implying taking a wife in a covenant relationship, often linking with intimacy. So, the divine initiative often highlights Yahuwah's action role in initiating an action, as seen in Genesis 2:22, when Yahuwah takes a rib to make Eve, or putting man in the garden. And then so the usage for marriage, impregnation, underscores themes of close relationship and covenant. Okay. Believe it or not, this is a stage requirement that you need to pass. This is a test in itself to be able to enter into your rest. So a lot of you have been on the go, give, sacrifice, you know, on the resolve problems, you know, on the never stop working, okay? And that is not someone that is totally healed, to be frank. Okay? Even when someone is cleaning their house and you find yourself cleaning in a rushed manner, almost in a panic attack manner, you know, like rage cleaning or frantic, doing things very quickly, scrubbing down like or sweeping the floor in a very fanatic manner compared to someone who's just casually sweeping the floor or wiping down the counters in a calm manner. You can tell in that situation on a daily chore who is healed and who is not. The inner wound healing reflects on our daily tasks. Okay? So, in order to obtain your ordained spouse promise, you cannot go into this new relationship being all hectic, being all, you know, like spazzing out, okay? Acting all frantic and irate, because you have to heal your inner wounds, okay? You have to be a sweetheart. Even when a problem arises, you have to come to the level of being able to not go into frantic anxiety mode. And this individual is going to help you resolve these problems. Maybe you were in relationships where you had to resolve it yourself. But before the Most High gives you, before He actually gives you the gift, you need to master being able to be that person, that healed person, so that when you have your ordained spouse, you're already equipped with many great relationship skills, communication skills, Do you see what I'm saying? Because what he's saying is marriage is around the corner. Okay? He's saying is be watchful. Sapa stands for to be on guard, to be a watchman. Because it's literally at your door. And you don't want to be so irate and frantic and just with a lot of anxiety. When you have a lot of anxiety, you get tunnel vision. Maybe if you're one that deal with PTSDs, it's definitely tunnel vision. Okay? When you are too busy caring for everything else and putting yourself last, it creates irritability. It creates scenarios where you're probably starving. You probably didn't sleep enough. You probably are aching somewhere, okay? Because you didn't take that time to wrap your ankle if you twisted it or something. You didn't take the time to take some medication when you had a headache. So if you're just running around with some on edge, the Inner Work book you can find on Amazon. And the themes of wounded would be someone who would respond with a spirit of rejection, judgment. They will respond with overwhelm. They may respond with a background coming from loss, distrust, inadequacy, violation, feeling violated, or insecure. So, in having a conversation with someone, let's say somebody is trying to communicate something that's hurting them, okay? Something that hurt their feelings. And if you are healed, you will come and respond to them with accountability, okay? And that's the first step of laying down the ego and pride and understanding and accepting that you aren't perfect and accepting fault, okay? A lot of people cannot do that. So what they do instead is they begin to feel insecure once you get critiqued, okay? You may come at it back at them with insecurity. You may feel violated. You may feel inadequate, okay? And you may come at it with unforgiveness, so now you don't have much trust in them. And so then you're coming at it with an attitude. And you're wanting a retaliation. You're wanting to rehash with all of the stuff that they have done to you. When they're coming up with something they were going to resolve in the moment, you're bringing up history. Okay? You could be depressed. So experiencing loss. And anybody can, okay? I'm not saying you can't anymore ever again. What I'm saying is someone that is grieving all the time and then living life with others, they're not all there. And so that person could be just giving a 20% of themselves and then hibernating back on social media or on their phone or, playing video games or just isolating themselves in the room and doing a lot of stonewalling and then doing a lot of gaslighting. Okay? It's immature to behave with a lot of irate behavior. And of course, it's coming from an avenue of being incredibly overwhelmed. Maybe the children you were just serving and serving and serving, and all day you haven't rested, you haven't got to eat one bite, etc., etc. You're getting overwhelmed. Everybody, you can't think for yourself. Okay, everybody keeps interrupting you, and I get it. You're gonna get overwhelmed. Okay, but when someone is explosive with their words and yelling and screaming and then throwing stuff and then throwing spaghetti sauce all over the house, or you're overwhelmed by not feeling heard, so now you're yanking all of their clothes out of the closet saying you're moving out of here now and throwing it out the window. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is escalated. Okay, when your children are trying to chat with you and you feel overwhelmed, so you're coming at it with feeling annoyed, and so the tone of voice even sounds ruthless. Like someone could say, just not right now, get out of my face, or like they could say things like in a rude way. Someone's asking for help and said, why do you always ask for help? You should know where this stuff is at already, etc. Okay, those are things that someone would burst out when they feel overwhelmed. And you think, what's the big deal? It's not that rude. And it kind of is, though. We shouldn't be talking to each other in that way. We shouldn't have to scream and yell in order to be heard. What this book is trying to explain to you, that if someone keeps taking you out of character and making you feel unheard, what this book is trying to say is they're not doing their inner work. Okay? They're not doing accountability, speaking with ease. They're not self-motivating. They're not accepting. They're not understanding. They're not in the love and inner peace. They're to reach freedom and happiness. Okay, you shouldn't be in a relationship because you're trying to be happy. You should already be happy. They're just the cherry on top. Okay? You should already have inner peace. No. Shh. You should already have inner peace. Why? Because our peace comes from the Most High. Our peace comes from the Most High. Our peace comes from heaven above. Okay? And if you're in a relationship where that other individual is always requiring you to satisfy them, always requiring you to fix everything, always requiring you to do all of the dirty, busy work, okay? And they're wiping their hands clean all the time. They're not doing anything to change their attitude. You're in the wrong relationship, okay? And so this book will allow you to know whether you're going to progress in the relationship you're in right now, or you're going to the Most High is training you, equipping you so that you can be ready for your ordained spouse. Okay? And so now, Soko means hedge of protection. It refers to two ancient towns in the territory of Judah meaning interwoven, intertwined, or hedged with thorns, derived from the root word meaning to hedge, to weave a protection. And we have here a little more information regarding that. Interpretations the name can also refer to a metaphysical concept of being interwoven or covered, as seen in the biblical description of Yahuwah forming a human fetus in the womb. Now more on the word Shatah. The Jewish literature teaches that Moses spent the 6 days in the cloud with Yahuwah. Now, if Moses was in this cloud for 6 days and did not speak with him for 6 days, I wonder what he was doing. For 6 days, the cloud descended upon the mountain of Mount Sinai. No, that is not what the text says. It says he abode on Mount Sinai. That word abode is very important here. In the Hebrew, the word is shekin, which if you add a feminine ending, it would be Shekinah, like in the Shekinah glory of Yahuwah. The word shekin means to rest, reside, inhabit. The first 2 letters of this word, Shin and Kap, from a dual root, which is its Semitic origins, carries the idea of rest, and the 3rd letter tells us what type of rest this is. The 3rd letter here is Nun, which carries the idea of faith, revelation, productivity, and fertility. This word is also used to express the idea of intimacy. I believe it is safe to say that Moses and Yahuwah spent 6 days just enjoying each other's company before Yahuwah got down to business on the 7th day. Now that seems a little backward, as he rested for 6 days, worked on the 7th day. Okay, I have no idea what took place during those 6 days on Mount Sinai, but whatever took place, I know I sure would not mind having similar experience with the Most High. What really captured my attention, however, was the word used for 6. That isn't 6 days. This word for 6 in Hebrew is spelled Shin and Shin, which is Shash. However, the word 6 in this verse is Shashat, which is spelled Shin Shin Ta. Unless, of course, there is a play on the words here. Keep in mind, a play on the words is not always to create humor. Actually, it is devised to create a broader range of meaning. In this case, it appears that the shashat is a play on the word shatah. Shatah means to drink, or in the Nepal, to be drunk or saturated. This is a loan word for the ancient Persian, which has the idea of weaving, intermingling. With this as a play on words, it would suggest that during the 6 days, Yahuwah was just saturating and intermingling his presence with Moses. After 6 days of communing with Yahuwah, Moses was ready to receive instruction from Yahuwah. Sometimes we treat Yahuwah as a celestial boss. We go to him for our orders and knock ourselves out trying to discern his voice. Maybe Moses had the right idea. Spend a little quiet time with Yahuwah. I mean quiet in the sense of just enjoying his presence and not speaking. Then after 6 days, you can get down to business and start chit-chatting. His voice might be a little clearer after that time. So, this information I received on shimbentorah.com. So as you are entering the cloud, the Shekinah cloud of glory, this is a divine invitation. please tell me all about your experience in an email or in the comments below. Shalom.